Hi, I'm Wilhelm. Today I want us to look at one of the most fundamental laws of the universe. Some call it the all-in-all law. Now this may sound a little esoteric and abstract, but it is very straightforward, and understanding this law can help us in our daily life and promote our spiritual evolution. Many know this law, the all-in-all, as an ancient Hermetic maxim. This all is spirit, or God, or love, the eternal, the law, the seven powers of God with the entire creation. That totality is abiding in every part, in every particle, in every unit, in every cell, in every organ, in every body of the universe. It is the macrocosmos in the microcosmos. It may be difficult for us to grasp that in every speck of dust, in every grain of sand, yes, even in every tiny atom, is the entire principle of creation. And yet that is the divine truth which mystics have always known, and scientists have recently discovered and called it the holographic universe.
What is a hologram? Unlike a normal photograph, every portion of a piece of holographic film contains all of the information of the whole. This means that the complete image can be found in every single portion of the film. As a matter of fact, the physicist David Bohm, one of the most significant theoretical physicists of the 20th century, together with an ever-growing number of scientists, embraced this holographic model to explain the universe, as it helped to clarify so many paranormal and mystical experiences. Another example are the fractals. The smallest element always contains the character of the whole design, and the whole design is in the smallest fractal. So this basically means that wherever we are, wherever we look, there is the whole. May it be a little stone, a plant, an animal, yes, even a building, the whole radiates into our inner being from these multitude of forms around us. Everything contains the whole, which is God, the eternal, as the essence. And this also means that God, the all there is looking at us in all these forms and objects around us. We are invited to never be satisfied by merely looking at the external, the material shell, the outer appearance of everything. Instead, on our spiritual path, we are asked to feel into the life of everything around us. This way we can gradually develop our spiritual consciousness and take in the life power of the forms we are looking at. For instance, if we step outside on grass, we are stepping on the entire event of creation, God, or love. Love is the carpet on which we walk. Love serves us in this way, like in all other life forms that surrounds us here in our self-imposed exile away from our true home. Let's look at this little stone. In this stone is God, the whole, all of creation, the fullness of all things in every little atom of this stone. It radiates to us and communicates with us once our true being is open to receive. And how do we learn this? Take this bush, for instance. If we just look at a bush, we will sense no reactions from the inner substance of the bush. But if we take in the bush with the inner eyes of our true being, then, with some practice and with time, we may grasp the total radiation of the bush and come into communication with every basis of all being, the all there is, the whole. By the way, there is a wonderful exercise of how to communicate with the nature's world around us in the book The Inner Path, The Level of Order. So next time somebody comes up to us, let us become aware in our heart that the all there is, the whole, the spirit or God or love, with the entire principle of creation is coming toward us. What an awesome event. Let this sink in. God with the entire principle of creation is in that person. We are asked not to look at the humanness of the person, the appearance, but to take his total radiation into our inner being. This is true perception. And if we are well disposed towards that person, then we communicate with the positive and the divine powers in him. If we reject our neighbor, then we reject God, and in the end will also be rejected. This is reflected in the words, "What you do to the least of my brothers, you do to me." So let us become aware that the all there is, the totality of everything, is also in whatever we hear and whatever we see, taste, touch, or smell. It is also in every thought, every word, and every action. And in every breath that we take is the whole, is God. And also in every question. Therefore the mystic knows that every question already contains the answer, the all that is. It simply has to, because all is in the all. We are encouraged to unfold the spiritual dimension within ourselves. The human mind, with our intellect, will find it difficult to grasp that everything is in all things, God, the whole. But if we permit ourselves to open our inner self up to this profound truth, we will slowly begin to behold and perceive the world around us differently and begin to truly know ourselves and our neighbor. We will gain respect for life, because the whole, the all there is in all things. This is the meaning of William Blake's famous poem, "To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wildflower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour." This means that all the stars above us, all the planets, the animals, and the essence of all forms are also present in us right now. The essence of everything we see is in us. Therefore the kingdom is in us. Infinity is in us, as well as the truth about everything. Some call this holographic consciousness or awareness. We are cosmic beings, a universal child. Everything is in unity and in everything else. So if we now have one single uplifting thought, one positive action, it will be reflected everywhere. We literally instantly brighten up the entire universe. That's how powerful we are, because God is in us and we are in God eternally.
I know from my own experience that this task is not easy, to see what David Bohm called the implicate order in our illusionary world. But the reward is a totally different way of seeing. If you have got any questions regarding this video or any other spiritual question, I invite you to visit my website life-explained.com and click on Video Index. Here you find all my short spiritual videos organized by different topics. Chances are that you might find here the answer you're looking for. The material for today's powerful lesson I've taken from the books The Inner Path, The Level of Order and The Great Cosmic Teachings, as well as the book The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. I'm very much looking forward to see you soon.